Right, Logan. So there actually are a couple things that I like in your golf swing, but there are a few things that I would adjust to try to make it a bit more consistent with mainly the ball flight. So what I'm looking at is when you get the club into the top of the backswing positioning, what we're going to see is the angle of the club face point up towards the sky. So we can see that that's mainly pushing yourself more towards a closed club face. And the biggest thing with that is when you do have a closed club face, it's very difficult to swing down our target line with the club path. And so what will happen as a result of that, your hands will just drop straight directly behind, because if you just work them out in this direction here with a closed club face, then your golf ball is going to be most likely sent out towards the left. And so this is exactly what we're going to see in the downswing, where you drop those hands quite significantly behind you on the way down. And so when you get lead arm parallel with the ground, it's definitely more of like a draw sort of pattern. So if you are wanting to straighten up that ball flight, I'd imagine that you hit a few pushes and a few overdraws out there on the golf course. So if you wanted to tidy up that, that's what I'd start to work on. I'd try to work on the club face angle at the top of the backswing to be not as closed. Now, if you're watching this video and you want your golf swing analyzed just like this one here, comment or DM me the word analysis on Instagram for your chance to be analyzed. And so when we get the club face like that there, that's going to make it very likely that the hands are dropping like they are. And so by the time we reach impact, you actually do a pretty good job of rotating it and rotating your hips and your chest and getting that club back on plane. But I just think that it would make it a little bit easier to try to give you a better chance of getting the club to swing down towards the target line rather than too far into out towards the right direction there for a right-handed golfer. But overall, like, there are some good things as well. So the good thing would be in this position here, like the hands are working in a pretty good spot with the club head hinging up nicely. It's kind of going through the hands there in that spot. Up to the top of the backswing, you get some pretty good depth to the hands, arguably like maybe a little bit too much, which can be like a thing that can be causing the path to be too far into out. And so to be honest, we could keep this hand movement, see how that hands drop in behind you. We could keep that hand movement, but just try get the arm structure to be a little bit more vertical towards the right positioning here, a little bit more upright. Everything in the golf swing, it doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to match up what you're trying to do. And so if your tendency is to drop the hands in, we can get the hands a little bit more vertical at the top of the backswing, and that will match up and still give you a good ball flight. So once again, if you want your golf swing analyzed just like this one here, comment or DM me the word analysis on Instagram and I'll send you through the details.